Welcome in, everyone, to episode 106 of Instigate Success, building an ABA franchise. I am your host, as always, Jake Schoen, aka Jakey Muffins, here for the official podcast of the Hoosier State Instigators. Um, so we got episode 106 tonight. Reminder: we are here every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, for the Instigate Success podcast with all your Instigators news. Preface: this episode will probably be a little short, just because I've got to travel early morning. So I will be going up. That's actually one of the things we will be talking about. I'll be going up to Indiana. So we've got 1 week. You can start the countdown now. 1 week. I know you're gonna think I'm talking about the game. No, we've got 1 week and 1 day to the game. We got 1 week until Halloween. But yeah, 1 week until our opening weekend for games. Some teams have already started. So if you've been keeping up throughout the league and the ABA, you may have seen some other teams have already started their seasons. Our season starts on the 1st, which is pretty easy to remember. It's the very 1st of November. We've got that doubleheader weekend coming up to start things off. We will be playing against, um, pull that up actually, because that is next weekend. We've got the opening game on the road against the Missouri Capitals. And then we've got the game the following day. Again, that's a doubleheader weekend to start things off on the road for your Instigators against the St. Louis Spirit. So we've got two big games, two first-time opponents for your Hoosier State Instigators on the road to start things off out in Missouri. Actually, that's a little bit of travel for us there, but that is what we've got to start things off for the season. Um, and it's a great time to remind everybody and thank everyone who is already Patreon member, because that is where you're going to be able to get exclusive access for the Apex Athletic Collective and the Hoosier State Instigators. It's also where you can watch our games live. So throughout the season, that is where we will be streaming the games if you're not able to make it out there in person. Again, obviously subject to any kind of blackouts. Because that is subject to happen from time to time. But all things going as planned, we will have all those streams on Patreon. You only have to be a dollar tier or higher to get those streams live. And then obviously you can go higher than that. There is a fan voter tier, which is a pretty cool tier. It's $10 or higher. That is going to give you exclusive access to votes that puts you on the same decision level making as myself and the rest of the ownership. Your weight is quite literally the same, it's equal to ours. When we do make these decisions, things like that will include towards the end of the season, or actually after the season, the player evaluations, coaching evaluations, and that helps shape the roster that we have. Uh, Speaking of the roster that we have, you may have seen we did announce a couple of guys on the roster. If you've been over on the website, you may have seen the full roster. There's a teaser there for you. You may have seen the full roster there, but we're making the announcements one by one still, as far as over on the socials. Each guy deserves their own day, I feel like, so that's why got it going that way. Um, but again, that is a little bit of teaser. We might as well jump over there in a little bit. But next weekend is the start of the Instigator season. Then the following weekend, November 8th, that will be the home opener against the Ohio Kings. Again, that'll be a great game, a great matchup as always against the Kings. Really looking forward to that, as well as all of our home games again are at Best Choice Fieldhouse in Fishers, Indiana. Will be the same venue as last season. So first time for the Instigators to have back-to-back seasons in the same location. So pretty cool to have that relationship building, not only with Best Choice Fieldhouse, but within Fishers and Hamilton County. So that is coming up here soon. Got the that's the very very near future coming up. And then obviously, this weekend we've got something planned as well. So we'll be talking about that here in just a few minutes. And then let's jump over actually just to the website. Like I said, there may be a little bit of a teaser over there, or a leak, I guess you could say, as far as the roster goes. And we'll jump over there real quick. Reminder, so if you haven't seen the new website already, this amazing website was created with um, by Malcolm Martin, one of our players here, featured on this little banner here. And we've got obviously towards the bottom, you can go to Patreon here. Again, that's going to be how you get that exclusive content, and you can stream the games. Get the highlights here. You can click on those, watch some highlights. Go to the shop, see some of our shop. Use code Apex Athletics, and you get 10% off any of your W. And again, I forgot to put out the W shaker bottle, so I'll have to do that maybe next week, whenever I remember. But use Apex Athletics to get 10% off for Jitterless Energy with W. That's w.gg.com. You got some news articles here, season tickets you can get, and we've got the individual game tickets you can always buy as well up at the top there. But got that. We talked about the roster. So got a pretty slick design here. You can see the roster up here. And you can go through here. We'll break down the full roster probably next week once we have all the signings made officially announced on socials. But you can see here all the guys we got on the team. We got those returning guys that we've already covered: Dame, Steve, Malcolm, LB, Levante, and one person we just announced who doesn't have a picture here, but Greg is returning as well. Greg Hardiman, somebody that joined towards the end of last season and has had the off season to kind of build with the roster and develop that chemistry even further, who will be joining us again next season. And then, as far as the guys we have announced, in addition to that, we have Nate Harris. That was an announcement yesterday. Nate is a former slam ball player. He was a first round pick in slam ball. He was a team captain, which is pretty cool. If you don't know what slam ball is, it's the like trampoline version of basketball with a lot of contact. It was over on ESPN the last time that they had it. I think back in the day it might have been on Spike or TNT, but it was on ESPN not too long ago when Nate was playing in it. So that's really cool to see and have him on the roster. Nate is also part of the Pacers Power Pack, the Dunk Squad, as well as I think a few of our other guys that are joining the team this year as well. So really cool to have him. And if you've been watching and keeping up with our social media feeds, you may have seen him already on some of our videos that we had when we were at the racetrack. He had a lot of the interactions as far as like doing the tricks and spinning the ball with the fans that we interacted with. And then today we just announced Hayden. Hayden will be joining the roster as well. Number 57, Hayden Put. So got a big man there, somebody that can play down low, and looking forward to that. You can skim through here, see some of these other new guys you'll see in the near future there. Number 27, 15, 22, 12, 5, 3. So all those, keep an eye out. We'll have announcements there. Be sure whenever you see those announcements, give those guys shout outs as well. I know they really appreciate that too. But there's your roster leak. You can always go to the website too yourself and go and look at it a little bit closer. And reminder, that website is instigatorsbasketball.glide.page. That is the website now. So figured we'd show that real quick. Then let's take a look here. I know we had some ABA action this week. And let's jump over and share that screen. We've got the games from this past week. We can see, actually, it looks like we do have new power rankings. So after week one, they do have updated power rankings. Not every team has played. Obviously, we still have not played. Um, but you can see there, Chicago Fury still number one after victory to start the season off. SVP, Silicon Valley Panthers, still number two, have not played yet. Same with the Bats, staying three. Buffalo Extreme staying four. Binghamton Bulldogs staying five. Um, those teams either have not played or they won their opener. We see the Nashville Aces jumping up to number seven. They had a victory. We'll show the score over there. They had a real nice victory over the Indiana Lions. So that helped them jump up to number seven. Um, skimming through here, see if there's some other teams that we have played. We see the Ohio Kings. Actually, the team we're going to be opening our home opener against, Ohio Kings, number 21, to start things off after their victory in their opening game. Also got the Indiana Legends. Shout out to them. I think that's the first time we've seen them ranked in the top 25. They also started off with a victory to start their season. Clarksville Phoenix, another team that we've seen before, as well as well, not we've seen before, but like we have not played. Windy City Inferno, also number 24 tie there, with a victory to start things off. So we've got quite a few teams that we'll be playing against: the Aces, the Legends, the Inferno, and the Kings, obviously, all within our schedule that are already in the top 25 in the rankings. Then over here on the side, you can see the games and the scores. So we're just going to look at the ones as far as the teams we've got. So Indiana Legends over the Shuckers, a 129-123 victory. So a close matchup there. A good game for the Shuckers as well. Also go down here to the Ohio Kings with a 123-96 victory. So pretty definitive victory there over the St. Louis Spirit, one of the two teams we will be playing in our opening weekend on the road. See the Chicago Fury with a 25-point victory over the Chicago Rebels. We also see the Wisconsin Frost, the team we played in the play-ins last year, final round of play-ins, with a loss to start things off against the Chicago Knights. Scrolling down, here is that Aces and Lions game, 135-99. Huge victory, 36-point margin of victory there for the Aces. Definitely setting the tone early in the season with that one. We have another game against the Frost, Windy City Inferno, with a definitive win, a 173. 173 is crazy as far as how many points. Obviously, it's possible in the ABA to see that, but 173 to 116 for them there. So I think that is all the games within our or all the teams in games that have played within our schedule for this year, but just things that kick off this opening weekend. Again, we don't start until November 1st, but for those that started this season a little early, for opening weekend. Got that. And a reminder, if you haven't already bought your season tickets, go ahead, get that before the season starts. You got a couple weeks because our home opener is on the 8th of November. So you still got a couple weeks to get your season tickets. And then reminder, season tickets will include any play in and play off and or playoff games that are hosted at the Best Choice Fieldhouse in our home venue. So go ahead and get those tickets now. I will be out there for as many of those games as I can be, so I hope to see you out there as well. A reminder that it is, it's basically uh, courtside seating for everybody. You could be the instigator Spike Lee if you want to be. Um, and, we're hoping to see you guys out at the game. Um, 2 weeks from now, which is crazy to think. We're going to be starting off season 3 just a few weeks, well, in just a week, and then we'll be at home opener for season 3 in a couple of weeks. But what we've got coming up this weekend, I don't think we put it out yet. Hopefully, I'll put something out probably tomorrow. Just as far as time frame goes, I'll put something out, put something together, and then out tomorrow. We will be at IRP. We'll be back at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park tomorrow. We'll have some of the team out there. Myself will be out there as well, as hopefully some more. Yeah, like I said, some of the team. We will be doing a trunk or treat event at the Halloween Fest. So let's share the screen on that. So anybody that is local to the area, it's a free event. We highly encourage you to come out. We will be participating in that. So this is Halloween Fest at Lucas Oil IRP. Again, that's where we had our spot for the ARCA and NASCAR weekend there. We're going to be back here for trunk or treat. They've got racing all throughout the day, so if you want to come early, you can definitely come early, catch some of their events throughout the day. They open at 11 as far as the gates. They've got racing and practice and whatnot starting at 11:30. Opening ceremonies and the actual racing, I believe, starts right around that 3:45, 4 o'clock mark there. We got sprint cars as well as midgets. So we got fun racing events all throughout the day tomorrow. Uh, yeah, tomorrow. So we got sprint cars, midgets as well. And you can see here if you're interested in checking out some of the entries that we got on there. Actually, if for those familiar with NASCAR, some of these are NASCAR drivers that you see. So Dakota Armstrong was a previous NASCAR driver. Nathan Bird has done a few NASCAR events too, if I'm not mistaken. So got those. And then you can see there, you got a good number of guys on these races tomorrow. So be fun events there. And then we've got the Halloween Fest, which is more of the Halloween portion of it, less of the racing. That is going to be primarily starting around 4 o'clock with a car show. And then there's the trunk or treat is 6 to 8. And we will be participating in that. So we'll be out there. And then we've got the costume contest as well. They've got at 7 p.m. And you can see here, free parking available. So anybody that is interested in going out to that event, highly recommend for you guys to be out there. And we're going to jump to the other screen here. So this is the other website for the Halloween Fest. And you can see a little bit more about the Halloween Fest portion of it. So main event again is 4 to 8 p.m. And you can see the gates open again at 11 a.m. The track ceremonies and racing, that's going to start around 4:30. And then the car show opens up at 4 o'clock. Trunk or treat is 6 to 8 p.m. Costume contest is at 7. I will probably be wearing my costume, so hopefully, I'm not sure if I'll place, but we'll see. We also got special guest Michael Myers of Decatur. So you can see that. there's a VIP car show as well as the non-VRP and the booth and vendors. So we'll be in that area. So we'll be in that area, the midway, and again, free. It's a free event, so anybody that wants to come out, you can get some free candy in the um, trunk or treat, and hopefully meet some of the team. But they've also got the costume contest too, if you're interested in that. Um, so we've got a few different categories there: adult, couples, group theme, child, infant, best booth slash canopy, car decor, truck decor, and overall ensemble. Again, that is going to be me. I'll win that one of these days once I bring two wicket up there. But until then, we'll shoot for some of these other ones. And that is what we got for tomorrow. So we hope to see you guys out there. We'll probably be out there, I'd say around 4:30, 5 o'clock. I think we'll start having our stuff getting set up. And then for that 6 to 8 o'clock, we will definitely be there. But you can see as far as the setup, so this will be the main part, main gate with parking. Come right in there, entry gate there, and then this is going to be the vendor, food, and VIP section, like right next to the track. And then over on the other side of the track in the midway, it'll have the interactive zone as well as the non-VRP slash the boost, and we'll probably be within that area over there. And then you got racing pits on the side. So that'll be a fun event there. We hope to see everyone out, and hopefully you guys got some cool costumes as well. And then you can see some of the interactive zones that they'll have as well. So it'll be a really fun event. Um, Again, it kind of breaks down the same things here. We see some of the pictures from last year. So we've got that truck or treat, which will be a really fun event. Um, that is tomorrow. So tomorrow night, we hope to see you out there. That'll be a lot of fun. It's the first time that I've been able to make it out to one of these events with the team, so it'll be fun. And actually, assuming I can get through security at the airport with it, I'm planning on bringing the new camera that I got. So let's see if it lets me show this. Oh, it's in the charger. Well, let's unplug it. I had it charging, so hopefully it's ready for tomorrow. Today? Yeah, tomorrow. But here is the new camera. So pretty cool. It's kind of like the uh, old school cameras, 8 film, whatever. So hopefully that provides some pretty cool shots, and we'll be able to use that for some of our footage, and hopefully that it works out well enough that I would bring it to some of the games too. I feel like it'll get some kind of cool shots with that. So again, that's assuming, I don't see why they wouldn't, but assuming they let me take that through security there. So we got that tomorrow, and then got the season. We'll go back to the schedule there. And just remind everyone what we got coming up as far as that goes. So we talked about the opening weekend next weekend um, against on the road against the Capitals and the Spirit, and then we've got the home opener November 8th. Yeah, so I think I'll be there for that game. So hopefully I see you guys there. Um, Also got a movie shoot that day, so it'll be really interesting to see how things play out for that. Hopefully I'm not too crazy looking from that photo or from the movie shoot to show up to the game, but I think I'll just drive straight from the shoot to the game. Surprisingly, it is up in that area of the country, so it's not crazy far from it. It is not where I am here down in Florida. Um, But we've got that. Then we've got a game against the Louisville Pros on the 15th of November. And then we've got it kind of alternate, go back to away games against the same teams. So away against the Kings on the 22nd, and then away against the Pros on the 6th. Then we've got that December 13th and 14th doubleheader weekend. It's a home and away game against the Indiana Shuckers. Um, Fairly certain we're going to have a theme night for that. And I'm fairly certain we will also have a celebrity player. So details to be announced once everything is confirmed. But that's the teaser for that. I think that is going to be our first game where we've had like an actual celebrity player. So that'll be really cool. We'll have all the announcements for that once everything gets finalized and pushed through. Obviously, just got to get everybody to sign off on everything before we can put that out officially and make those announcements for such. But again, it's essentially finalized, uh, at least verbally. So that is that'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. I will definitely be out there for that event. Um, so I mean, we're looking at this. This is already two of the half of the home games for 2025 already got huge things that we're planning. So obviously the home opener is always a big one. Typically that's one of our best turnouts. And then we've also got the game to wrap up the 2025 year is going to be at home against the Indiana Legends, which we just saw got ranked in the top 25 for the first time, at least that I'm aware of, first time for them. But they obviously UCL last year seemed to take a step forward, and it looks like they've taken another step this season as well. Then we'll wrap into 2026. We've got a couple of home games there to start things off in the new year. So we'll be against the Midwest Monsters, a team that we had been scheduled to play last season, but we did not have the chance to. But got the chance again this upcoming season. So we will have that on the schedule to start off the new year. Then we'll have another home and away series against the Indiana Shuckers. Um, and again, I think if you looked at the Shuckers, they've got um, some of the guys that you may have seen on the Instigators in the past. So a team definitely. I think that's going to be a great matchup for not only us but the any of those games with us and the Shuckers because of the familiarity that we have with each other. So that'll be really fun weekend, both of those weekends against the Shuckers. Then we also go on the road. We got two road games the following weekend. We'll be on the road against the Windy City Inferno up in Chicago. And then again, they're also ranked in the top 25. And then the Nashville Aces, another team, a ranked team in the top 25. They jumped up to number, what was that, 7? Yeah, they jumped up to number 7 after a very definitive win over the Indiana Lions to start their season off. And then we'll be back at home for a nice 4-game stretch. So, got a game against the St. Louis Spirit, then a game against the South Bend Bison. That'll be our first matchup against the new team. Again, that's another new team in Indiana. Bragging rights always on the line for any game against another Hoosier State team. Obviously, we're looking to keep the bragging rights for Hoosier State. And then we've got a home game against the Windy City Inferno. And the final home game scheduled is against the Missouri Capitals. Then we wrap up the season on the road against the South Bend Bison. So we will have, I think this might be the first time we've done that. I'd have to double check and look through the other 2 seasons, but I think this is the first time we'll have our opening weekend and closing weekend for regular season as road games for both. So that'll be getting kicked off, next week. Um, So remember to keep an eye on the Patreon, become a Patreon member, catch those games live next week. Um, and we will have the full roster will be announced throughout the week. Reminder, you can also go on the website, instigatorsbasketball.glide.page, and check out the roster now. And then we've got the Halloween Fest Trunk or Treat tomorrow. So if you're in the area, it is a free event. We highly encourage you to be out there and meet some of the team. That will be tomorrow night, 6 to 8 p.m. at Lucas Oil IRP. Um, so we've got that tomorrow, and I'm flying in and then driving actually for that. So I am gonna cut it a little short tonight for tonight's episode, but we'll be back next week for the next episode of Instigate Success, building an ABA franchise, your official podcast of the Hoosier State Instigators. Um, but I just have to get a little bit of stuff together for the trip in the morning, and I gotta get the costume put together. Actually, that is part of it. So hopefully I can get through TSA in the costume and with that new camera. So if I do, I will see you guys at the Halloween Fest Trunk or Treat tomorrow night. Um, but until then, remember to get your season tickets. We got a week until the season starts, 2 weeks until our home opener, and no better time than now to get yourself those tickets and prepare for those games. But until then, until next week, as always, be great and instigate.